Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy Sizzle. I came out here all the way from Omaha, Nebraska to come rock with your girl TampaMystic on Industry Most Wanted podcast.
You never thought that it would last this long. Think it'd be forever till the ass move on. D&D, don't disturb her phone. It's a girl's night, I'll leave your man at home tonight. I'm like, hey gorgeous, would you like it if I hit you in the morning? You're not single, but you're single for the moment. I know you're stringing me along and I'm gone.
What's going on? It is your girl TampaMystic, and we are back with another episode of
Industry's Most Wanted.
You better tell them the big one, not the little one. Sizzle in the building. What's going on?
What's up?
It's so good to see you.
I know it's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, over a year now. No, it's been almost 2 years.
Yeah, I want to say it's probably closer to 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, definitely a pleasure to see you always. You know, you come through, you look fly, came through with the good energy, you know.
I'll be shopping.
Hair looks good.
Oh, thank you. I be braiding my own hair, so I just didn't have the energy to, you know what I'm saying, do the braids today. I usually go with the two braids, you know what I'm saying.
Do you really braid your own hair?
Yes, man.
That's hard.
Yeah, my mama taught me when I was real little.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Yeah.
Taught them well. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely. So you're originally from Nebraska.
Yep, Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. I know y'all seen that.
But you're out here in the A now. You're in the Atlanta area. You're in Georgia. Do you feel like growing up in Nebraska, but now being in Atlanta where it's a heavy music scene, both of them have changed or shaped your perspective of who you are as a music artist?
Yeah, I was so gung-ho on everything has to be Nebraska when I was growing up that when I finally like moved around, Atlanta was one of the first places I came to do music for real. And the way everybody here is a part of the industry is such a dynamic shift. In Nebraska, when you tell somebody you're gonna be a rapper, they look at you like, yeah, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but down here, when you tell somebody you're gonna be a rapper, they be like, oh, I know so and so. You know what I'm saying? I could probably introduce you. It's a way different dynamic down here. So, I think the culture shift is a little bit a different story for me.
Yeah.
But the music and the industry shift is perfect for me. I love it.
Got you. You've been in the Atlanta area for how long?
A year now, but I also lived down here in like 2017 and 18.
What's been the most challenging part about moving to Atlanta?
Honestly, you want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
So again, where I'm from in Nebraska, every single day when you go outside, you don't have to protect or profess your sexual preference. Down here, it seems like if you're a straight man, you almost have to protect and profess that in order to be looked at as a straight man down here. You know what I mean? So that's what I meant by the cultural shift is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to remind people all the time down here. No, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got nothing against the culture or nothing. It's just, it's different than in Nebraska when you could just walk outside. Like when I was younger, I had my tongue pierced. When I came down to Georgia, they like, oh, you must be, wait, hold on. When did that mean that? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different cultural shift for me.
There is such a stigma on that. And I actually just was watching a video yesterday. This personal trainer was talking about that. He was saying that just because he doesn't date his female clients, that they're like, oh, you must be gay. And he's like, again, nothing, no shade against, you know, the community, but why do people make those assumptions just because you've got your tongue pierced or just because you don't date your clients as you shouldn't be?
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's because most people move off of sexual and lustful energy.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, it's confusing when you see somebody that's not moving like that towards you. So, I mean, I understand it from both sides, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been that, you know what I'm saying, excuse my French, horny guy who was looking at every girl like that. And then, but when you grow up and you change, the world don't necessarily always change with you.
Absolutely. I feel like what comes with maturity and growth is rather than us focusing, like you said, on the lustful stuff and this and that, the third, it becomes more about focusing on us, taking care of our body so we can live a long, fulfilling life.
Exactly.
All that other stuff becomes second and third and fourth down the road. It's not as important anymore. Not to say you don't enjoy it, but it's not on the forefront anymore.
Right.
It comes with maturity and growth. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely.
We all get there someday.
I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm there now. I'm like, it's, and I feel like too, it was so funny. I was sharing with my, not that this is about me, but I was sharing with my homegirl. Some of my ladies that are in my age bracket are going to understand. I was saying to her right now, with me being the age I am and kind of life is changing for me as it does for women at my age going through menopause and stuff. I says, I don't know that I'd want to be in a relationship right now because I feel like I would probably run a man off because it'd be difficult, you know, like I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Give me another 5 years and I might be ready. For real, for real.
No, for sure.
So have you had a period of time where you struggled with your living situation?
Yes, actually. That's crazy you just asked that. Yeah, no, right now, well, I'm not really struggling with my living situation right now, but I just kind of came out of that period.
Yeah.
So it was a situation that happened around April and May. And like, it was somebody who I really idolized, and they was like, come on, I'm about to change your whole life. I'm about to turn it all around for you right now. And because of who it was, I ignored all the signs that said this probably ain't for real.
The red flags.
You know what I mean? And I just kind of went with it and went on faith, and it turned out to be what obviously was, and that kind of ruined my whole living situation because I just bet on faith. I said, instead of doing the right thing, paying my rent and taking care of my responsibilities, I'm about to bet on faith. This could change my life. Go do it. And I went and did it, and then I ended up, you know what I'm saying, it's honestly a long story. I don't want to.
No, absolutely. But I feel like things like that need to be touched on because we're human beings. That human element kicks in and we all go through stuff. Did that change your perspective of how you look at people and how you handle business?
It just made me kind of want to do everything by myself.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I'm cool on the help. If I can't pay you for it up front, and you know what I'm saying, we actually service for monetary value, then I don't want to work with nobody. That's not even just for that type of situation. That kind of carries on with the artistry and doing features or producers and anything. Like, a lot of people got hidden motives, and I don't want no part of it. I be coming too genuine.
I agree. I get like artists who will come to me and they want to do what's called like a retainer where they'll pay me 3, 4, 5 months in advance. I don't do that only because I don't know what my situation is going to look like 3, 4, 5 months. Am I going to still be able to provide these services for you? I'm like, I'd rather do a month or 2 maybe, but don't lock me into a year type of situation because people's ish be changing.
It happens straight up. So I ended up, you know what I'm saying, by the grace of God, I slept in a U-Haul and then I slept in a U-Haul for like a month. Wow. In the back, like the furniture from when I got kicked out my crib, I put it on the back of the U-Haul, and then me and my brother was just thugging it out in the U-Haul for a little while. Then when my brother moved back to Nebraska, I got a hotel room for like 2 weeks. By the grace of God, somebody who I worked with when I first moved down here, they family kind of took me, you know what I'm saying, and gave me a place to lay my head to kind of get back on my feet. So
that's beautiful.
It's been a beautiful struggle. I'm a living representation that all you got to do is have faith and keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you're going to get to where God's trying to take you to. And
thank you for sharing that, because I feel like we should never feel like we can't share our journey, that people may judge us or we're ashamed, or we've all been through struggles like that. You know what I'm saying? When I first moved here and I got laid off from my job and I started doing this full time, I was like this close to getting the car repoed, and you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it was a struggle, but by the grace of God, I got through that situation. But I feel like we need to share that a little bit more, because people glorify everything on social media to make it seem like their life is rainbows and flowers and beautiful, and they don't show us the struggle stuff that we go through.
I gotta give it up to my daughter's mom, Deanna Haas. If it wasn't for her, I probably would still be acting like everything was peaches and roses, because I really don't feel like nobody care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people will ask you, are you okay? And then when you get to telling, they drift off into whatever they was thinking about before. I don't really feel like people care. But she kind of was like she the one made me start telling my story and telling my truth. And then once I started becoming more transparent in my vulnerability, doors start opening up for me that I didn't even ask God to open recently. Like, these is dreams that I had when I was a kid, and he opening up for me and showing me myself again. So if it wasn't for Deanna, I probably wouldn't even be where I'm sitting at right now.
That's beautiful. And I have to, obviously give much respect to her, because I feel like, and this is no shade to the fellas, so don't come for me, but oftentimes when a man opens up and can show some vulnerability, it's because of a woman.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's your mother, grandmother, significant other, friend, because we as women by nature, we're more nurturing, we're more emotional. I always taught my son it's okay to show your emotions. You ain't got to be soft, but it's okay to show your emotions. If you got to cry one day, cry. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't make you soft, or it doesn't make you weak. And I feel like it takes that woman to bring that out in you. So shout out to her for bringing that out in you.
Shout out to Princess first and foremost, and shout out Deanna. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 100%. But you probably feel a lot better now, don't you? Not holding a lot of stuff in.
I mean, yeah. The best part about it is knowing how to, you know what I'm saying, moving forward when things get to me or when things is getting too heavy on me. Now I know the tool. Now I harness the tools to be able to maneuver through those things in life, because I don't think it's ever gonna get no easier for me. I think I was put here to take on a bunch of stuff so I could be a voice for a bunch of people. So I don't think it's gonna be an easy route, but I like being able to pick up tools to be able to get through it, you know what I'm saying, more efficiently.
Absolutely. And like the old saying is, comparison is the thief of joy. And I used to kind of be that way, like, why them and not me? But now I'm more on the, okay, I'm happy for them. When will it be my time? Versus why not me? You know, when will it be my time? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like we're always a work in progress.
You ever it's like, this is the craziest thing. I never said this out loud before. I just thought it. So you ever notice how when you cook Thanksgiving food and then you heat it up in the microwave, the next day it be feeling like it's better than it was the day before?
Yeah, that spaghetti be like that. Yeah,
it be hitting. So okay, so this a metaphor to life for me. So when you going through life and you got a purpose and goals and dreams that you chasing after, it's a specific time when this is gonna be at its best. When you're gonna be at your best, there's a specific day and a specific time in the world when you're gonna absolutely be at your best. And if you rush it to hurry up and feed everybody in the house, you're gonna be eating it tomorrow like it's better now. But if you just take your time and wait for the meal to be fully prepared and ready, everybody gonna feast. You're gonna get full instantly and you're gonna have the itis.
Man, that is such a beautiful and great analogy, because you're absolutely right. We have to trust the process, not rush the process. And I feel like oftentimes people try to rush through things and they miss a lot of the beautiful steps along the way. That's that flavoring. They miss the beautiful flavoring.
Wait. Speaking of beautiful steps along the way, I got you a gift.
Okay.
It's yours. All of it is yours. You did.
Okay, so let me turn this camera on so we can. You brought me gifts?
I brought you gifts. Yeah, with an S.
What gifts this is? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got this one first. So it's a poster.
So that's my first headlining show I ever did in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
I love it.
I signed it for you too.
I'm gonna hang it up in here.
Yeah, keep that. It might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be worth something
Exactly.
one day.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's so dope. Thank you.
No doubt.
And that's a dope photo too.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
My cousin took that photo. Shout out to Trey Lee. That's my baby. Yeah. That's the merch from the show. So this merch only come out one time.
Okay, so it's an exclusive.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we about to enter into that hoodie season too.
Yeah, exactly.
I love me a hoodie.
Yep.
That's hard.
Yes,
that's so dope. Thank you. Hold on, there's still more in here.
A t-shirt to match it. Obviously, it might get too hot in the hoodie.
I know that's right, but see, what I do in the wintertime with the t-shirts, I always wear a long sleeve under it. That's just kind of always been my style. So this will be perfect. Put a black tee.
That's how I used to dress.
Yeah, the black thermal up under it. Yeah,
that's fire.
That's dope, and I like the bling.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't go wrong with the bling. The more bling, the merrier. So thank you so. Oh, there's still more in here.
More stuff. You're not done yet. So that right there is a cleaning company that I just started with my business partner, the lady who actually took me in to help me get back on my feet.
Congratulations.
It's called Keep It Clean. We just broke our first 2,000 sales. We do residential and commercial cleaning.
Good for you.
And I'm coming out and doing the cleaning. You know what I'm saying? We fully insured and bonded. It's just something that I could do to fill up my time and stay out the streets. So another time that I get to encourage anybody younger than me, there are things that you could do to make your money. You do not have to go to where them niggas is at.
Look at God.
Oh yeah. Hey, that got 2,000 flicks in it. That's more than Big ever put in the lighter before. You know what I'm saying? So,
let me stop flicking it so I can save every flick. Congratulations on the cleaning business, because I feel like we have to have multiple streams of income. Yeah. We can't rely on one thing, as I'm sure you know and I know, because I was kind of almost relying on one stream income when I moved here. Fortunately, I had started doing this, so I was getting some money from this. But it's like in a second that could be taken from us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you end up in a situation where you put everything into all your eggs in one basket.
And now you ain't got no more eggs.
Now, yeah, exactly. Then, like you said, you had to sleep in the U-Haul, and things like that are it's a reality check for us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Most definitely. So you've described yourself as like a truth rapper.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What does that mean to you? And like, how do you feel like it separates you from other artists that are out here like in 2025?
Okay, so this is the only time you ever gonna hear me say Tupac might have been wrong, okay? So when C. Dolores Tucker and Jesse Jackson and all them was against the gangster rappers back in the day, they were saying it's because this music is going into the ears of undeveloped brains. So they don't know how to decipher whether this is just a song that you're making for my entertainment versus if this is something that I should live my life by. I was blessed enough to hear the positive things Pac said in the interview and want to be influenced that way. But that doesn't go to say who Tupac told to keep a Glock and when they rush you better bust. You know what I'm saying? It's what we don't understand when we get on a platform like this or when we get behind that microphone and make those records is that it's children who really look up to us like we somebody to follow and somebody to listen to.
Facts.
If you gonna get up there and lie, you ain't doing nothing but taking us 10, 100, 1,000 years back. It don't help us. So truth music it don't matter what genre it is. It could be country, it could be jazz, folk, pop, whatever you want it to be. As long as you telling your story or the story that you was there to witness and familiarize yourself with. I do rap, mainly rap and R&B, but I got some country music that I done been playing around with. I done did jazz, Latin, but the object is just to tell the truth. So that way when them people get their hands on it and they put it in their headphones, they hearing something that's gonna take them somewhere tomorrow versus take them somewhere yesterday.
It's ironic you said the country because the D&D song gave me somewhat of a country vibe.
That was my first time playing around with the country vibe.
I picked up at it immediately, which we're going to talk about that in a minute. But kind of going back to what you were saying about, being a truth rapper, do you feel like, let me look at this camera right quick because it's a sensitive subject, I feel like America is supposed to be the land of the free, freedom of speech. I feel like we've gotten away from that because people are losing their lives. They're losing their freedom. They're losing their jobs. And I understand there's certain things that you shouldn't say in certain places. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, again, what happened to freedom of speech? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that America ever was there or has it fallen back from that? Like, what is your take on that?
Again, I'm going to be honest. When I was growing up, the people who I loved and thought loved me used to tell me to stay in a child's place when I expressed myself out of my mouth. So I never, ever in life felt like their freedom, that speech had a freedom behind it ever. I always felt like depending on what room you in, depends on how far you can extend your conversation. Talk to yourself when you want to be, inspired. Because it's inside of you. Talk to your friends when you want to vent and when you want to get things off of your chest, and talk to your enemies when you want to get it. You know what I'm saying? We don't even got to go there, but
time and the place.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got to just read the room. But I would never teach my daughter that there was a freedom of speech in the world because I would feel like I would be setting her up to fail.
Listen, I absolutely agree with you because I don't agree with the things that I don't even know his name, the guy that Charlie or whatever. The guy who there was a lot of things I didn't agree with what he said, but I also don't feel like people should be losing their life over it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're black, white, Asian, I feel like we should be able to say what we want to say. We can agree to disagree, but I don't feel like anybody should be losing their life behind it.
And if the story is how it goes along, I think people should do a lot better. I've always said this. People should do a lot better job of raising their kids. The problem is the parents keep going to work and thinking because we supplying the financial backing for our children that we doing a good job or the best we can raising them. A lot of the times, I hate to even go into this conversation right now. When you take the man out of a house, you force a mom to do both jobs. How much time does she have to be there for her kids?
That's facts.
we can't be mad at these children for doing what they doing. If a little boy go get his dad, why do you know your dad got a gun? If you're not fully trained and properly educated on how to utilize this weapon, or what to or what not to utilize it for. And we sending our kids out into the world, and we just depended on the teachers and the daycare ladies to raise them up and take care of them. Them people don't love your kids
at all. They could care less.
They just go in there to get paid. Like, I feel like we got to do it, but we got to get our kids off the phones and off them tablets, and we got to get back in their head, because the problem is they don't have no morals and principles. They just know they got to go to work to get some money to get the things they want.
We have to be more present in their life, and
for sure,
that was something that was so important to me, because I raised my son as a single mom, but I was so present from elementary till he graduated. I had him involved in sports.
Yeah.
Whether he was playing football, running track, he was wrestling, he played baseball, he did it all.
Right.
I was there front and center. And then he left and went to the military. And I feel like if I had not set him up on that path, who knows what he could be doing today. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, we got to be more present in their life. And I don't care how busy we are, we make time for what's important to us.
You make time to have the sex to make them.
We make time for who and what is important to us. So stop making them excuses like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just 30 or 40 minutes out of your day to sit down and spend some time with them, that's better than nothing.
I live all the way in Georgia. My daughter live in Nebraska. We talk on FaceTime like 3 times a day.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In 2025, there's no excuse, because there's the resources there.
That part.
Period.
Yeah.
So your music often speaks for like overlooked and misunderstood artists, which I like that. Why is giving a voice to people, you know, who maybe are overlooked or misunderstood, why is that so important to you?
The first time I heard Dear Mama by Tupac, I thought he knew who I was. I thought somebody told him about me.
Like he wrote that for me.
Nah, for real. Like, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always was like, they really told me that my mama was a crackhead, and that's why she left me. You know what I'm saying? So like, when he's telling this story, and I'm 5 listening to this, so I really think like, okay, I don't know there's a whole world. I think everybody right down the street, because I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. Everybody right. So I'm thinking Tupac down the street, and somebody told him about me, and he made a song.
Oh, wow.
About my mama, you know what I'm saying? So when I figured out the truth, like, no, that's a famous rapper, he dead now, he got killed, then I just dove into Tupac. But that song, when I heard Dear Mama and figured out that a rapper made the song, I'm like, okay, I could do that. I want people, when people in the world going through something like what I'm going through, I want them to hear my voice and hear me talking. I want them to feel like somebody else out there with them. So that it just became, I think, like I said, I think I was put here to go through all the things so that way I could talk to all the people.
So speaking of your music and your catalog and you being kind of that voice and that vessel per se, if somebody's having a rough day, just things aren't going their way, TampaMystic's having a bad day, what song of yours should I go listen to, or maybe 1 or 2 that's going to bring me back into a space of happiness and uplift me?
Uplift you, I would listen to D&D. I'm not gonna lie, that song, it's got a frequency level. I'm not a scientist, I don't know what it is, but I know when that beat come on, it takes away negative emotions for some reason.
Frequencies do that.
Just do that. But I wouldn't recommend you listen to a happy song if you're having a bad day. I would recommend you listen to something that's gonna heal you, so that way tomorrow you don't have the same bad day.
Man.
So I would tell you to listen to Nights Like This first. Nights Like This is a song where I express vulnerability, and it kind of opens up the room and gets people thinking about some of the stuff they're going through.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would hope they listen to Confessions, because Confessions kind of, because of the tone and how I'm presenting the song to you, I hope it kind of gives people courage to speak up for themselves and get that off their chest too.
I love that. I feel like you have a very well-rounded catalog, and that's super important. So let's talk about this D&D record. Like I said, when I listened to it, when you sent it over, immediately I got country vibe from it, which I was like, okay, you in your bag, you experimenting, and I love that for you. What kind of drove the vibe and the, everything behind this record?
When I was in jail, I used to listen to the radio a lot when I walked around the yard, and it's a top 40 radio station, so it's playing The Baby, was it Rockstar? I'm a guinea cop car.
Yeah.
It's on my head like I'm a cop. That song was playing every minute. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion had a song that was real famous back then. That was in rotation, but then they had a song by, I think it was either Luke Bryan It was one of the older country artists,
Okay.
like from when I was younger. One of the top 40 superstars from when I was younger, and they had a country song, but the dude, I said, he's rapping. Wait a second, hold on. I think it was Luke Bryan, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, is this man rapping right now? Hold on. So every time the song came on, I would rap over his words and just freestyle and see if I could catch it. So I told myself, bro, when I get out of jail, I'm making a country song, because all my life, like I told you last time, country's always been my favorite music since my stepmom let me hear it. So I think Chicken Fry was by Zach Brown Band was the first country song that I actually listened to and was like, wait, hold on, there's truth music.
Yeah.
I live their life too.
It is truth music.
It's truth music. So that already got me into country, but I just thought because of my street and urban background that what you look like getting up there and doing some country. But then everywhere I go in the world and I tell them I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, they're like, oh, a country boy. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Where your boots at?
Yeah, so it kind of influenced me. But when I made this song, I didn't think I was ever gonna put it out, because at the time it wasn't showing signs that I was gonna have an audience big enough that was paying attention for a song that I think is one of my best songs I ever made. And so I was like, I'll put it out and take it down because I didn't see the results. So after this U-Haul situation, I kind of like shed the thought of what anybody cares about me. So I don't give a fuck if you watch it or not. I'm sorry. you don't have to listen to it, but at least the people who did want to hear it, and because people hit me up, my sister watching right now waiting for you to play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people hit me up all the time asking about that song. So I'm like, it's one of my best songs. I'm here now. I feel like, put it out, give it to them.
Absolutely. Perception is everything. And I feel like we shouldn't care what people think.
Right.
Like, what people think about you and what people think about me, that's not our business.
Right. They get their own thoughts. Let them have them.
That's not our business. Exactly. And I used to be a people pleaser. I wanted everybody to like me, and I would always try to keep the peace with everybody. And I felt like it also brought anxiety to me and stress in my life. Now that I've kind of let go and let God and let people be who they are, man, I'm in such a better place right now in my life.
You'd be surprised how many times I don't answer the phone. You'd be so surprised,
man,
how many times somebody call my phone and I look at it and be like, yeah, I'm not answering right now.
That's me. Really, the only people that I answer for is my very, very immediate family. My dad, my son, maybe an aunt, uncle. Outside of that, most of the time I let it go to voice. Business partner, bigger calls me, I'm gonna answer. But outside of that, leave me a message. Text me if it's textable, and I'll get back to you on my
that's
time.
What I actually prefer. Text me, and then if I feel like it's something that I need to respond to right now, I'm gonna call you. I'm a good person still. I realize I understand time now, and I understand the fact that that's the one thing that you can't go to the bank and get a loan for. That's the one thing that you can't say, oh, my bad, I wasted that. Can I borrow some of yours? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do nothing about it once it's gone. So
facts.
I don't be sparing with it no more. I'm cool.
We're slick all here on borrowed time. Like, we are here for a blip.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, here today, gone tomorrow. So it's like we have to be mindful of how we spend our time and who we give our energy to. Facts.
And a wise man told me, I didn't, a person who I know, he not here no more, it's my pops. He told me when he died in January, 9 months before he passed, they had to resuscitate him 3 times. And he told me he didn't see nothing that harmed him, that felt bad to him. He was cool.
Yeah.
He said, but he was just walking through a black place, and all he kept on seeing was everybody that was hurting because he was gone. And that kind of crushes me more than the thought of dying. I would hate to see how my daughter's face looking over my dead body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's so ironic about that? There are a lot of people who feel that way, because prime example, just last week I lost my grandmother, right? And she thank you. She lived to be 101. So she lived a long, beautiful life. She was my OG. She taught me so much. But prior to her passing, like years ago, she pre-made her end of life arrangement. She prepaid for her funeral arrangements, but she didn't want a funeral. She literally just wanted to be buried next to my grandfather. So there's no funeral service because she's like, I don't want people over there crying over me. Right. And some people may not understand that, but I fully understand that. And I respect it. So I am still going to Florida next week, and we're going to have a little get together. But she didn't want like a full on funeral because she's like, I don't want people. I just want them to remember me as I was.
That's what I try to do. My dad, he told me majority of my life, when I die, I don't care what y'all do with my body. Just
Right.
throw a party, roll up some weed, and go get y'all some goddamn Di Serono. That was his favorite drink, Di Serono on the rocks. Like, get y'all some Di Serono and turn up. And I wanted to do that when my dad passed, but like I said, like, what if my little sister really wanted to have a gravesite or some ashes for him? What if my grandma really wanted to go sit around her family
Right.
and mourn her son at a funeral? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to die and you get to go wherever you went to, and all these people here got to deal with these feelings for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only fear of death, is all the people that's not done with me yet, all the people that still, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I feel like if you're at a younger age, that applies more. Like my grandmother, who's 101, we got a lot of years with her.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't want to be selfish. Our family, everybody talked about it. We're like, we want to grant her wish. So of course she is buried at the military cemetery now. She's going to, with my grandfather. So we do have a place to go visit. She just didn't want a service. And I was like, we have to respect that for her, because she's an OG. She 101. Yeah. It wasn't like she was 25. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of takes I can understand if someone's in their 50s or 60s, you might want to do it this way, but with her. And
it was her, you know what I'm saying? It was my grandma still alive, burying her son, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to just throw me a party at the park, but he died at 46. You know
See, that's different. That's different. That's different because, like, no parent should have to bury their child.
Okay, man. I'm gonna go to y'all. Gonna have to bury me too. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You know, it's just like
my daughter leave. Y'all might as well plan 2 funerals.
Man, exactly. So you've opened up for some legends. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Boosie, Twista, Lil Kim, Project Pata, and potentially the list goes on. Which of those experiences do you feel like had the biggest impact on you, and why?
Boosie's, because I don't know if you're familiar with TQ, but that's Boosie's brother.
Okay, yeah, most definitely.
This when Boosie first got out, so like when he got out, he was like
managing everything.
And I kept telling myself, bro, I got to get in touch with whoever you get in touch with. And one time Boosie said hit the number in the drop, and it was TQ's number. So I messaged him like, hey, bro, I just want to open up for Boosie. What's the deal? He was like, well, we got 2 shows coming up. You could get on. You could do Seattle, Washington, or you could do Lawrence, Kansas. I'm like, bro, I done been to Lawrence, Kansas 1,000 times. I'm gonna come to Seattle.
Yeah.
But in my head at the time, I'm thinking they about to fly me out to go do the show and everything like that. That wasn't how it was. So I drove all the way like 27 hours from Nebraska to Seattle to go open up for Boosie. And I was 20. About to be 21 at the time. My daughter was just born. Like, she was probably like 4 or 5 months old. And this is like I had already opened up for Twista and Lil Kim and Yuck Mouth and all these people, but in my hometown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've always had it in my mind that the same people on Facebook being at my shows is not the way one of my shows gonna blow me up.
Yeah.
Y'all on my Facebook, y'all can see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never looked at it that way. I always figured if I'm doing that, that's just because that's an idol and they in my hometown, so
Correct.
I'm open for them. But being in Seattle, Washington, it was like 6,000-7,000 people in this crowd. None of them knew who I was, and I'm going on stage directly before Boosie. So the reason it was the best is because of the way the crowd cheered my name. So the whole way up there, I'm planning my set and how I'm gonna do it. The first thing I do when I get on stage is, y'all ready to see Boosie? Make some noise. The whole crowd, this the loudest I ever heard a crowd in my life. So it kind of shocked me a little bit. But my idea was to play Set It Off just a little bit to get the crowd hyped, like they think Boosie coming out.
Yeah.
And then start my music while they, you know what I'm saying, got that type of feelings.
Yeah.
And so it worked. It worked perfectly. Like,
that's so
the
dope.
First song I had coming in, it was a song called 035, and it was a chanting song. Like, so I say 035 and they gotta say 035. The whole crowd saying 035. Like, to me, I think they still think Boosie got something to do with this and he about to come out, so they still lit, because I know they don't know who I am. But throughout the whole set, I think I did like 15 minutes. Throughout the whole set, the whole crowd front to back was in tune with me. When I got off stage, they was chanting my name, saying, oh my God. Like, it was the craziest experience opening up for somebody in my life. And it was the first time I went to a place and had fans on my Instagram and on my social media from the place that I went to that lasted, you know what I'm saying, years. So that's what made me feel like, all right, this might be really happening, you know. Because, like, I did a pre-show in my hometown opening up for Jay-Z on the Magna Carta tour. Like, and it still didn't feel as big as like the Boosie show because I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Right.
I'm by Vancouver. I'm by Canada.
You know out there, yeah.
Like, so yeah, that was a crazy experience. That was Boosie. Like TQ gave me the red carpet rollout treatment.
That's
I met him at the hotel before. Walked in with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice situation. It was cool.
And you really strategized that perfectly because you came out there with an engaging set.
Yeah,
like you said, it was kind of a chant record, like where they had to engage with you. Man, that's a great tactic. Any artists out there who want to open up, you steal his tactic because that's a good one.
For sure. Most people don't understand this. When you opening up for an artist, your official job is to get the crowd hyped for the headlining artist.
Correct.
Most people go in there trying to gain fans and get people to know who they is. They're going to remember you more if you give them the energy.
Yes.
That leads them into the reason they came to this show.
100%.
It be ego that be having people on stage trying to just get their best songs out and get people to know who they is. If you kill the ego, you'll get more people in the crowd because if you're the person that got them hyped for their favorite artist that they came to see, then you the opener they gonna remember.
100%, because that's the reality of it. They didn't come to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear. They paid to see Boosie,
for sure.
but you worked your magic in there and it worked out beautifully for you. Do you feel like that independent artist opening up for big acts is like a step that every artist should be taking as long as it makes sense for them?
Yeah, if you can afford it.
Yeah, it's expensive, I'm sure.
If you can afford it, or if you can like create a relationship with one of the promoters, especially in your hometown. You can be at a bar and rub shoulders with the big promoter in your hometown. If you can't afford it, I would say create a relationship with the promoters in your hometown and stay consistent. Your consistency is going to outsell any offer or any script you could try to tell somebody to get you on the stage. If they keep seeing you over and over, when the opportunity opens for you, they're going to come get you because they have to.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I would say when you can afford it or when you can make it make sense, opening for artists. At the beginning, I say just focus on your merch and your consistency online.
Absolutely, because especially when you pull up to those shows, you want to have some merch or something to be able to sell. Because now you've gained some new fans, they'll potentially pull up and get some of your merch or order it from you online later on.
Exactly, and not to mention, I think this is what a lot of people in the entertainment industry don't realize. You're not gonna make a lot of money back quick. So most of the money that you're getting, you're gonna have to be okay with not seeing that again for a while.
That's facts.
I understand having faith and knowing that you're gonna blow up, but you have to put yourself in a position to where you can sacrifice these ends to get you to the point that you want to be at, because you want to be the biggest artist in the world, you're going to pay for it. Whether your label paid for it for you, whether you came out of your pocket or you had an investor, if you want to get those achievements, those awards, that recognition, you have to come out of your pocket for it. It don't happen because you're the best artist.
I just had that conversation with the artist that I interviewed before you, Sauce to God. Like, everything cost.
Yeah, for sure.
Billboards, Grammys, radio.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
And people have this misconception in their head that some of that stuff comes free. No, everything costs. And then, like you said too, anything we do in life that we have to perhaps maybe take a loan for, starting a business, going to college, you don't get paid back overnight. It takes sometimes years and years to pay back that type of stuff. It's no different than being a music artist. So don't expect to see a return on that investment immediately.
Right, for sure.
And you've also had, accolades such as doing over 100,000 views, on platforms. You've performed at South by Southwest, A3C. Out of everything you've done, whether it's opening for an artist or something you've done for yourself, what's your proudest moment so far?
Brooklyn.
Tell us about it.
It's a platform, MOSFest. I'm not sure if you ever heard
Absolutely,
of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so they came to Omaha. Morris was there. I'm sure you know Morris.
Scott
from
Morris.
The great ones. Yeah, Morris was there. And DJ Moss. And they came out there, and one of my dad's friends, this right after my dad had passed, in 2022, I put out one song. It was called I'm Not Okay. I didn't put out no other songs, right? So come like November, I'd already did Moss Fest like the year before. My dad was there with me. It was a nice event, but at the time, ego was in my way. I was having, like we was in the streets heavy, so I was cool on the little competitions and stuff. I felt like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So that's how I kind of played it that first year. The next year, everything was 180 degrees switched around. So I hadn't been doing those shows or nothing. I went to that show. By the grace of one of my dad's friends telling me, I'm cool with Moss, we need you to come here. He said you did a great job last year, he wants you to come back. So I go back and I perform Confessions, and I perform basically how I'm not okay and how I'm actually feeling right now. And it was like ice. The whole crowd, when I got done rapping, they was all like just silent. And Moss was like, well, I guess we know who won this competition. So I ended up winning the chance to go out to Brooklyn and perform for the finale for the Moss Fest. So I get out to Brooklyn. My uncle, shout out to my uncle CJ, my uncle got out of the feds 4 days before the Brooklyn show. The day he got out, I wasn't going to this show. I don't have no money to get out to Brooklyn. I don't have no money to do nothing for myself when I get out to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
His exact words was, man, my dad got about $1,500 of my dollars. I'm about to pull up on him later on. When I get with him, I'm going to get that ticket for you. You're going to Brooklyn.
Wow.
Coincidentally, his dad didn't even have his whole $15. He only had like $737. He still paid for the ticket, bought the ticket for me. And mind you, I got several family members just watch me, you know what I'm saying, get my dad's funeral out the way. Everybody know I'm down on my, you know what I'm saying, like I'm working at a burger joint trying to survive. But he come home from prison and he invest that into my flight to Brooklyn. I'm on the flight texting people like, yo, let me hold $25. Hey, I'm on the way to Brooklyn right now. I got to do this show. Can you help me with $50? My homegirl, April, shout out to April. April sent me $300 to get my hotel room.
Oh.
Nice hotel room. I'm talking about, I'm looking out my window over downtown Brooklyn, right by the Jordan store and all. Like, it was beautiful, you know what I'm saying? So then I run into one of my friends who was at the Moss Fest. Me and him end up linking up. We go to Harlem. We going around sightseeing and stuff like that. I go do the Brooklyn show. This is the most receptive a crowd has ever been to me in my life. Like, they all, one, paid attention to every word. Two, they all cheered. And three, everything I knew about performing in New York is if you ain't good, you're not performing in New York again. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is to me, if you get one cheer in New York, you did a good job. The whole crowd, I'm talking about standing up, clapping at the end of the show, and that was the most meaningful show that I ever did in my life because it's in Brooklyn, like this.
Yeah.
Down the street from where Pac from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they want me to keep performing. It was amazing. That's probably the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, because I feel like New York historically has been built on truth music.
Truth music, exactly.
Lyricism, real bars. And if you're not coming with that, they're not going to want, like you said, they're not going to want you back there. It sounds like you literally left the crowd speechless.
Yeah, for them last two shows that I was talking about, both of those,
Like, this guy from Nebraska came here.
That be the thing. That really be what get them. That's how come I say as soon as I get on stage, every time I get on stage, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Because most people never met nobody from Omaha, let alone do they know it's black people there. But you mean to tell me you're a rapper and you this good and you from Omaha? Pish posh. Get
exactly. But I feel like that also kind of super dope because you're like, you about to prove them all the way wrong. Yeah. You also performed during some BET events as well. Yeah,
the pre-show back when they were still doing the hip hop awards and stuff like that. You know how they be doing those pre-shows on the red carpet. Where it was a fun experience. Like I said, you don't make no money back off the entertainment business off the rip, bro. I spent like $3,500 just to get out there. You know what I'm saying? I performed one song, and then after that, it was like, hey, y'all, what we gonna do? We out of money. But Boosie had just got out the feds, and his manager linked us up. Like, I pulled up the Boosie hotel. He was still in his jail shorts, like the blue shorts that you wear with the t-shirt. He was still in his jail outfit, but he was about to get his haircut and go to the awards. Coincidentally, while we in the garage, they talking about the little swag surf stuff.
Yeah.
and then he go viral at the award show doing the swag surfing in the crowd. It was the craziest thing. I'm like, bro, this industry really is like, it's like, right, if you want to sit down and write a movie, is how you can plan your career out. I'm like, bro, wait a second, I'm going back to the drawing board.
Nah, facts, because it's manifestation.
Yeah, it's like literally you create every announcement that I've had since BET Awards. I created it. I literally created it. I planned it. When I get on Instagram, when I leave from here, and tell people, yo, hey, wait till y'all see this TampaMystic interview. I already did it.
You have to speak stuff into existence, or as if it's already here.
Exactly.
We got to claim it.
Straight up.
It's that law of attraction.
Mine. Yeah, it's already mine.
So if you could put together a truth cipher, what 3 artists, dead or alive, are going to be spitting along beside you?
Tupac for sure. Sam Cooke for sure. And Eve. Tupac, Sam Cooke, and Eve.
I'm so glad that you threw a female in there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, you'd be surprised how many. I listen to more female artists than I listen to male artists, because females, you could believe what they saying. Well, I really be turning my ears off to rap music these days, because it's easy to hear when you lying. Like, I was just watching the Dame Dash interview yesterday, and I got probably like 16 minutes into the interview, and I was like, okay, you're lying. Why are you? You don't even have to tell this lie. Turn it off. Get out of here. Get out of here. I was with you. I really got mad respect for Dame Dash, but you just threw a lie in there for nothing, bro. And I don't know if that was just for entertainment to make this interview bigger or what, but don't lie to me. I really don't like that. It's
I agree.
To tell the truth. It's way, and I had to learn that the hard way, and I'm king on this. My homegirl Tati just told me the other day, I feel like you cold to people who going through certain stuff in life because you feel like your stuff is worse. That's not the case at all. Like I told Tati, that's not the case at all. I am cold to people who going through stuff in life for 2 reasons. 1, because God got a plan for you. I can't get in the way. And 2, because everything that I go through in life, I got to put one step in front of the other and go. If I sat down and complained, you wouldn't be talking to me right now.
That is facts.
Fuck the complaints. Let's get the solution. I can help you with a solution. I can help you come up with a formula, but I can't sit here and complain with you and vent and cry. I'm sorry. I got stuff I got to do. I got a baby I got to get back to.
Man, stop making excuses why you can't do something and figure out the reason why you should be doing it.
Straight up.
Like, people always have an excuse. Oh, I can't do this because of this. No, figure out why you should be doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if people would change their mindset, man, the world would be a different place.
I catch my daughter about to say can't.
Right.
And she'll catch herself like,
can't try.
I'm going to have to do it this way if I'm going to do it. All right, we'll figure out how bad you want to do it.
Like we said, people make time and resources for the things that are important to them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So since you've shared the stages with a lot of legends, right? If we'll say tomorrow you had to battle any rapper, past or present, with a lyrical like showdown, who would it be?
J. Cole.
Tell us why.
Because I want to be better when I'm done. That's as simple as that.
It's a lyrical exercise.
Yeah, I don't feel like don't get me wrong, I feel like there's some really great artists and rappers out there, but I feel like because they mention that truth factor, it's gonna be hard for them to do anything with me, because I don't have to think or rehearse the truth. I can stop saying what I wrote and keep going, because the truth is already here. It already happened. It don't take me, you know what I'm saying? When I'm writing, that's because I'm trying to focus on how I'm presenting it to you.
Yeah.
But I don't never have to write another rap in my life. The truth is already here. All I gotta do is say it and make it rhyme.
That is facts. Somebody I used to work with a long time ago had said to me, if you speak the truth, you never have to remember what you said.
You got to rehearse it all.
Because you live the truth. But if I lie to you right now, next week I'm like, damn, what did I tell him? I can't. Oh shoot, I can't remember what I said.
Yeah.
When you speak the truth, you ain't got to think about it twice, because we live the truth every single day. Most definitely.
I think that be touching people, especially people who know me personally, because it ain't no holds bars. If it happened and it's true, if you didn't want me to tell the story, then you shouldn't have made it a part of my story.
Bruh.
Straight up.
And some people can't handle the truth.
It's some people that don't look at somebody gonna hate this interview. I promise you. Some people just don't like that. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna help you lie about it. I'm not gonna hide your lie for you. If you let it happen in my life and the opportunity presents itself, and I think it's gonna help somebody hearing this, I'm gonna say it. I don't care how I feel them your feelings. I'm sorry.
I'm with you, because I get told often that I'm mean because I speak my truth. And if you can't handle the truth, then I'm not for you. And that's cool. Not everybody it's for you. I'm not for everybody. It's cool.
And I don't love you no less. I still got the same love and passion in my heart for you.
100%.
I'm a different type of person. I'm the type of person that get it out so that way it don't fill me up.
That is taking them to church today. So I feel like, not just the music industry, but in life, we're going to deal with a lot of fakeness. Like you said, people lying about this, that, and the third. What's the most real, like, unfiltered truth that you've learned about this music business that most people don't want to talk about?
Oh, you really? Damn, that's crazy. You just asked me that question. So, like I said, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, so we don't really know the industry for real. So I always thought it was fictitious stories and it was just propaganda when I was hearing about all the sex-filled things that people be doing in the industry to get themselves to positions. And I just never believed. I mean, I believed it could be true, but I never believed it was like that prominent. I feel like a lot of great artists will never be heard because they're not willing to compromise their integrity or their sexuality. I truly believe that now.
Wow, that's deep. And again, it's something that it's that truth factor. That
you
truth
asked
bomb.
me, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, you asked that question.
Absolutely. With the music industry being, I would say, really crowded because everybody thinks they can do it. You know what I'm saying? What is it about you that people can't afford to sleep on?
My vulnerability. I wanted to say my truth, but we all got our own truth, and me expressing it through my vulnerability, I feel like would get people to open up and be more truthful about what they going through.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason ain't none of us healed is because all of us holding it in. We don't trust nobody. Everything we see seem like a threat or a setup or something like it's out to get us, and that's really because of our phones. We get to compare and contrast our lives so much because we get to see exactly what Jay-Z did yesterday. We can get online and see exactly what Soulja Boy been doing all week. We know what Kai Cenat did for the last 27 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to see somebody else's life that it's easier to compare and contrast yours. So it makes people harder on themselves, and then it makes them bottle the things up that they don't like about themselves, and in return they make bad decisions. Really, the problem with the world is improper decision making. That's really all it is. God gave us a curse and a blessing when he gave us free will, and some of us started being in control of our decisions before we was old enough to.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
I didn't know what that was either.
I was so confused. I'm like, never heard that before.
I'm so sorry.
What the hell?
I thought the same thing though. I swear to God.
We were both looking at each other like, what is that?
I'm like, what you got going in here? What's going on?
That was funny.
But I think the problem with the world is that we all are so rushed and are in such a rush to grow up that we miss out on the one key thing in life and in succeeding in life, and that's honing in on proper decision making skills.
Man.
If you can make proper decisions, and it's only being able to have foresight, it's really just being able to take the things you went through before and kind of gauge how this might go if you walk in either one of these directions. Once you master or get close to mastering proper decision making, then a lot of the problems that we be having, we don't really have in life.
Listen, I could not agree more. Like, we have to be proactive in life. Think about our moves versus reactive. Yeah. And some of y'all might come for me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because we should be able to say what we want.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people get so hung up on being snitched on, not just even in the streets, but just because you cheated on your significant other. If you don't want to get snitched on, then don't do something that's gonna get you snitched on.
Or tell on yourself.
My dad
used to tell me when I was young, if I wanted to come say something that my little brother did, you gotta tell on yourself first.
Exactly.
If you gonna tell on him, you gotta tell on yourself first. What'd you do?
Because you know you done did something too.
Yeah. And if I'm just saying, ooh, Dad Mario went outside and I ain't did nothing, I gotta pick something that I got away with and tell on myself in order to tell on him.
Exactly. That's a great tactic that I think every parent should take.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, man. Anything else that you're currently working on, projects, or is it mainly focusing on singles right now?
Well, I'm really not too focused. Like I said, I don't even have to write. I'm not really too focused on music. I'm just focused on learning a proper formula where I don't have to sacrifice my integrity and I can still be in front of the masses. So really, it's just trial and error right now. The one thing that I'm for sure about is podcast, mic drops, and press. You know what I'm saying, like that. But as far as like new music, I got like 400 songs in my computer that I don't have released.
Wow.
So like,
you got plenty in the vault.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not. I could put a song out every single day for the next year and a half at least.
So maybe you should start like a weekly or bi-weekly run, like Sizzle Saturdays, or you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
so that's in the plans right now. I'm just trying to get the living situation together so I can set up my rooms. You know what I'm saying, and have it. You know, if you do anything, you want to do it the right way. You want to do it the best that you can. And I'd rather, like I was telling you earlier, I'd rather wait until the meal is fully prepared before I start serving it to people. You know,
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying? So that's why I'm just kind of going around. Now that I'm in the city, I'm here. The biggest, hardest part is out the way. Now I just want to learn the rooms, know which rooms I want to go into, which rooms I don't want to go into. You know what I'm saying, and kind of figure out my lane down here and where you know what I'm saying, where the truth music fits in down here and who's all a part of it, and before I just start pushing it out, because that's another thing that tear empires down, is when you just start giving it because you got it and you don't even know how to protect it yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm building this up for a whole community of people who decided to put their faith in me and where I was going, so I can't sacrifice it just because it seems like a good thing to do right now.
That's a super valid point, because oftentimes when people get something very quickly and unexpectedly, they also lose it very quickly because they don't know how to control it or keep it afloat or whatever. So it's like slow and steady wins the race. It's a marathon.
It's like the Super Mario Brother game. If you don't know how to if you cheated on the first level, you don't know what you need to do on the second level to beat this. You don't know. You just keep going downstairs and getting all the coins. Okay, well, buy your way to browser then.
That's
do
facts.
that.
Exactly. We can't skip the steps. We can't skip the struggle, and we can't cheat the system.
No, for sure.
Most definitely. For anybody that wants to keep up with you, where can they follow you on your socials?
On socials, it's Sizzle. The question used to be who the fuck is Lil Saint? You remember that back in the day? It used to be who the fuck is Lil Saint. So now that I feel more comfortable with myself and who I am, I can answer it's Sizzle. It got a little bit hot. You know what I'm saying? And Sizzle is just the S on Saint. For those that don't know, when you say Saint, it's that before the ain't part. That's literally dope. Just the S. Sizzle is just how hot Saint is. That's all it is. But yeah, it's Sizzle on all platforms. But if you actually want to be a part of the journey and tune in with me for real, I say go to sizzleverses.com. Sizzleverses.com. Basically, the Sizzleverse. You get to come into my world and join with me.
That's one of the most important things that an artist can do, is have their own domain, because nobody can keep you from saying certain things. Instagram will ban you and take your account away if you say the wrong thing. Because I just happened to one of my homies the other day. He made a political comment. Boom, they immediately took his account. Yeah. You go to on your website, that's your domain. Nobody can take that from you. So go get your own .com. Stop playing.
That's the reason that I did it. That's the reason that I got the platform.
Yeah, that's your space.
I got sick of people telling me I could only get 11 cents or 13 cents for songs that I had to dang near die to get the story for, to make this song for y'all. It didn't make sense to me. No. So I built the website just to test something out. I said, I wonder if I could sell, because if I could sell downloads online, I could sell CDs. I'm for sure of it.
Of course you can.
You know what I'm saying? So I just put it to the test. And the first day I put out one of the songs that I had, that, like I said, in the vault, people who know me already heard the song. I done already tried it before on platforms, didn't go nowhere. I saw like 500 downloads the first day.
I'm like, beautiful.
So they all give me $1. Hold on, let me see what y'all think of this t-shirt. And then they was killing it with the t-shirts. I'm like, you know what, fuck it,
you on to something.
I'm cool on all them other platforms. I'll be on them, because some people hard-headed, they'd rather go on Instagram platform than they favorite rapper's platform. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. To each his own. You're gonna be a worker forever. That's cool. Ain't nothing against that. But so I still, you know what I'm saying, play around with those platforms sometimes, but I don't really be caring too much about it now that I know who coming for me.
Direct to consumer sales is not dead. It's really like, I feel like having some sort of product for them, whether it's digital or something you can send to them, people value that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So most definitely, who do you want to give thanks to that's been loving you and supporting you through your journey?
I want to give thanks to Mama T and the whole Hood family for taking me in and making this a breeze for me down here. I thought I was going to have to put in way much more work. Obviously, God feel like I did enough to receive the blessings that he been giving me. So Mama T and the Hood family, first and foremost, I want to give as much love and respect as I can for them. Allah himself, I know I couldn't have did this without you. I know I couldn't have. I didn't even want to. So I know I couldn't have. My daughter, I do everything for you, princess. It's all for you. And long live Big Baby, long live Luck G, and long live Mike G. You know.
How old is your daughter?
She 11. She grown.
She in the double digits now.
This look
A
good.
girl, Dad.
Daddy, you still gonna send me that money? Yeah, I love you, baby. Okay, bye. Like, wait, I said I love you.
Listen, it's so funny because when my son became an adult, he said to me, I understand why now sometimes when I ask for money, you didn't always give it to me. I said, yeah, because it ain't always there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't understand that when they're 11 and 12.
And I don't expect her to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pride myself on being able to tell her yeah every time she asks.
Of course.
Like, you should see my Instagram DMs. You'd be surprised how many grown women don't know how to get no money on their own out
Man,
here. And
that is facts.
I'd rather and they don't have a dad to ask for it. I'd rather my daughter come ask me 1,000 times for $1,000 before she go ask a nigga on Instagram, can you send me a cash app?
Exactly.
Nah, we're not going for none of that.
Oh man, that's beautiful. I love that you guys have a beautiful relationship. D&D is available on all digital platforms for people to go stream and listen. And is there an official visual for it yet?
No, we actually shooting that on October 4th. I don't know if y'all, like, we in Georgia. I don't know if y'all ever been to a bonfire down here, but like I said, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm about to show y'all how to kick it. You dig me? So we're gonna have 3 fires set up in the yard. We're gonna have a DJ, hot tub, tattoo stand going where you can get your little $20, $50, $100 tattoos. It's gonna be a whole little thing, just a backyard bonfire. Bring your own red Solo cups, whatever you want to drink. We're gonna have kegs there. It's gonna be a nice experience, but yeah, we're gonna shoot the video for Do Not Disturb on October 4th.
That's beautiful. One last question.
What's up?
Where are we at?
Industries most
You better tell them.
wanted.
What makes you the industry's most wanted?
I tell the truth. I tell the truth, and every time they ask me, I'm gonna tell them the same thing. I tell them, it's the truth. If you don't like it, somebody will. It's the truth.
I feel like that's why we get along so good, because I speak my truth. If you don't like it, oh well.
Somebody will. I'm cool.
Straight like
I
that.
do. You know.
Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I hope to see you in some of them gifts.
Absolutely, you definitely will. I'll make sure, and I make sure I tag you when I wear them. I always, every time someone brings me some merch or something, I always wear it. So thank you so much. We out of here, y'all.
I'll holla at y'all. Y'all be safe. Be smart.
Hey gorgeous, would you like it if I hit you in the morning? You're not single, but you're single for the moment. I know you're stringing me along and I'm going. Baby, what you drinking? I can make it stronger.